intro music. Yeah! Woo!
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today not going over and getting a live stream here on YouTube just because there's a lot going on in real life. Just got hit with a really unexpected bill, but that's not really something y'all are worried about. Now, if y'all are curious, because I am very open, y'all can ask me, reach out to me in the Discord. I'll talk to you about it, why it's kind of like really messing with my mind. What I want to do today is talk about pointless PvP versus what I absolutely love, OPC hunting. So like there are sections of this game that I really do believe that some PvP has no purpose. And then there's PvP that I think is very lucrative for players that choose to participate in it. So for example, right now I'm sitting outside some nodes of our friends over here in DBX, and hey, look, they're OPC and I'm gonna smack them. Why would I go about going after OPC for any type, no matter what it is? Well, the reason I do that is even if I only grab that 7,000 that particular time, that's literally a day's worth of singular turn-ins for my refinery. So what it does for me is ends up saving me time and gives me better enjoyment in the game. Now, for those who are unaware, let's explain what OPC is. Since we're doing this on a video, I'm gonna go ahead and turn a shield on. So if you go to any of your ships, hit manage, hit the details screen, you'll scroll right on down here and you'll have your cargo capacity and your protected cargo. The protected cargo simply means the amount that you can hold on your ship that you'll keep if you blow up no matter what. The cargo cap is how much you can hold in total. Now, logically, I know from a Star Trek standpoint, it makes no sense to have protected cargo versus regular cargo, but it is still a game and you've got to have different layers to that. So I'm very big on OPC hunting. It saves me a ton of time and then I get a ton of enjoyment out of it. There's some big hits, and you can see I've gone through quite a bit of OPC hunting here with Rep and Aegis and stuff like that. But you'll find some really nice ones. Shout out to Philip who came hunting me after we got some good chaos ones. But like, look at this one I got from Captain Groot. This one I got 531,000 4-star uncommon in a singular hit. I mean, that's helping me a lot, especially now that we have a bonus refinery every month. So these type of hits, as you can see, I'm going, there's my swarms, but then there's me OPC hunting, Max, Chaos, Aegis, a little bit of everybody, honestly. SAO, more Chaos. Chaos is, they're OPC a lot. DMFL, VHH, HYD. So I go through a lot of different OPC hunting territory and open space. And then let's talk about pointless PvP. Now, an event launched today that I personally would classify as pointless PvP. I'm very curious if the YouTube comments would agree, where this is a 2-day, literally blow up anybody, anywhere event. Now, I personally believe there's a difference between a pirate and a rogue. A rogue player is the type of player who wants to go on your server and kill for the sake of killing. Like, just go out there and boom, boom, bam. Now, from a terms of service standpoint, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, if somebody wants to go out and do that, more power to them. You are allowed to be that type of player. I'm not telling you that you can't be. But I will say that that type kind of really inconveniences the rest of the population, and there's probably going to be repercussions for that. It's not something I'm really big on. I don't go around hunting miners that have no value for me. And when I mean no value, I'm being very specific. When I say value, I mean I'm getting something from it. Now, the argument can be made that, well, I'm getting a point for it. Like, I'm getting that power destroyed. Well, the rebuttal to that is, for those that don't know, you actually get more power destroyed from fighting a warship than you would a miner. So going after miners doesn't really do anything for you. Like, it's not super valuable. But in terms of pirating, I do go after loot. And look, there are, for those that don't know, this has been part of my brand for a long time. And what I mean by part of my brand is I literally have t-shirts for it. Like, here, transition, OPC is OPC. On the front it says, no loot, don't shoot. So when it comes to miners, if there's no loot, I leave them alone. If you're OPC in a warship, in a miner, I'm gonna take it, you know. And I call the t-shirt the Ethical Pirates t-shirt. So I think there is a form of PvP in this game that can be very valuable to you, and in my opinion, especially valuable to free-to-play players. Because when you talk about OPC hunting, you're trying to speed up the process that you acquire things in the game, thus you can spend more time on other projects. And we know that This game, you can progress two ways: time, money, or combination of the two. And to the point that OPC hunting for me at times has extended to even places like here in Franklin space, going and finding, I don't think there's anybody there right now. It was worth a shot. Hit somebody Franklin's OPC. It's a warship, it's OPC, because that allows me to then upgrade my Franklin faster on lower level accounts. But once I've maxed it out, I don't do that anymore. And then I also personally try to give back to the economy. Like, I'll leave something out OPC for somebody to take, and I don't care. For example, let me bring up my baby account. This is Server 32, which is a very interesting account in terms of like play style for me, because they are one of the few, and I don't say this in a rude way, they're one of the few servers that have a very, very, very strict row. But I don't care. I'll leave stuff out OPC, and there you go. Take it. I think it benefits the economy for players to do this, to be willing to just lose some of that and then pay it off. I actually left that miner out overnight and went and took it. Well, before that, I was actually OPC hunting myself and took 16,000. So there's a little bit of a, I don't know if tit for tat's the right word. It's just simply an economy situation where you can benefit by going out and having effective PvP. And a lot of this is built around the 2 points that I'm making in this video. Point number one, OPC hunting is something that I think everybody should do. Now, if everybody's doing it at all times, then there's nothing to OPC hunt. You've got to mine, and I still mine, thus I still get hit. But I think there's also pointless PvP, and that's what this is right here. To me, this is pointless PvP. This doesn't really do anything for the game. I understand that's a leaderboard, but I think PvP really needs to reach a point in Star Trek Fleet Command where it serves a purpose and actually takes a player somewhere where you're actually getting rewarded for, I don't want to be rewarded for inconveniencing somebody. Like, this open-ended means I could literally just go clear out every miner in existence and score points based on hitting criticals. I like PvP events that are set in a system. You know, we say, hey, we're all going to go right here to Thama. Everybody meet in Thama. This is the event. These are the levels of players participating, and go smack them. That's what I would do. I think that's the best way to set these up. These open-ended PvP events really only cause strife amongst players against each other, and I am a firm believer that Scopely's events supersede any server's row. As in, if your row says don't hit miners on nodes, but the event says do it, well, then you follow what Scopely says to do. So now it's getting Scopely to change. I've never been one that wants Scopely to obey or enforce a row. I don't want that because I've experienced row on over 100 servers, and it's all drastically different. Some servers have no row at all. Like server 20 is the very basic what I do. No loot, don't shoot. OPC is OPC. Shield or share for bases, which means base rating is always okay. Warships, always fair game, just real basic stuff. Then there are some who are like, hey, you can't OPC hunt in territory. You can't OPC hunt in deep space. You can't come touch token space. And Rev does that. Rev hunts in token space if there's something lucrative. I'm not going to go in there just to blow it up for 10,000. But if there's 1 million cargo on a lucrative system, like for example, if I scan in here and I look in Mitchum and I'm like, hey, there's somebody sitting on this node, and look, nobody there right now. Oh, here we go. There's somebody sitting here and 92,000, I can get that in territory. But if that was 900,000, yeah, I'm gonna go smack that. 900,000 is a lot, but I understand there could be repercussions. OPC can be a very valuable tactic for you in your game, but at the same time, we need the game to adjust how they address PvP, because PvP is really dry. It's boring. It serves no purpose. And while I am big on numbers and metrics, power destroyed as a whole doesn't really do anything. Number of player ships destroyed doesn't really amount to anything. There needs to be a better system in this game for rewarding that, and then also creating a structure that allows it to be people like me doing it. And what Rev means by that, don't force the PvE players to be PvP players. Great example. I didn't ask them to do this, but I'm going to bring up their account anyway, because me and this got brought up for a conversation today. But let me switch on over to server 32. There is a player named Luna. Now, if you're on server 32, you have witnessed me and Lunatic Fridge going back and forth over PvP and row for literally 4 years. This server launched July 2019, and from the very beginning, we have very opposing values. And yet, I'm a firm believer that my game should not actively ruin their game and vice versa. So like, I don't want them to create a rule that says, well, you can't go OPC hunt in, for example, territory. I'm not saying Luna's saying that. I'm just saying that we've had a great rapport. So I'm including them in today's video. Hopefully they don't take offense to that. But at the same time, I don't need Scopely going out and say, yeah, well, you can go smack Luna all day you want. Well, Luna's a PvE player. Luna doesn't freaking care. And here's an example. They're level 55. Look, they've got 22,000 less player ship kills than me, and then almost 2.5 billion more resources mine. That's the area of the game that they enjoy. And what Scopely needs to do a better job in is Scopely needs to do a better job of making events that if you want to be a PvP player, here's how to be a PvP player. We set up a leaderboard. You need to go to these systems based on your level and PvP there, not open-ended, yay, PvP everywhere, because all that does is make players mad, frustrated, and some of them actually might want to leave. There's a balance to be found here. You can be like Rev and OPC hunt and, you know, have fun and then even improve your game by OPC hunting, but you're getting something for that. There's value to it. There's not really value in an open-ended PvP event that says literally kill whoever you want to for the sake of doing it. Does any of this make sense? Anyway, this is kind of like a mini rant today. Sorry for today's live stream being canceled on YouTube. I'll still try to do Twitch, but I'm really curious your thoughts. I think OPC hunting is very effective. I use my Vidar on my level 29 account. Here's my baby Vidar. She's still pretty since I finally got the Infinitus skin. There's my Defiant in the background, and then there's the Talios. I use these two as my primary OPC hunting ships, mainly because, ooh, doggy, look at the ranges, the cargo holds, it's all beautiful. I want to know what you think in the comment section down below. Let me know, and then I can actually take that back to Scope and say, hey, can we think about these events a little bit better? Because I pretty much believe nobody out there wants an open-ended PvP event of go destroy miners for fun. Let me know. As always, live long and prosper. Stay safe for the Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. And thank you, everybody, for always supporting the channel, always being here, always with the views. Y'all are amazing, and I really, really do appreciate it.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.